Alright, so I just got done with my set. We did a best of five, and I ended up coming up 3-2. I wanted to go over the games with it though. So that's what we're doing. Cricket for tempo, because I was originally told that he was going to go into pack three, but he ended up going into pack two. Pretty much just looking for tempo and my triples. And we ended up trading. All right. That means I'm trying to go into this one with a loss. I'm looking for my triples. Freeze the apple, look for my triples. I find a pair. Well, I find two pairs. Go ahead and get those on the board and try to find our last pairs. And then start positioning to where we can try to throw the round. Nice toys. And we end up drawing anyway. Maybe if I combine crickets, but I didn't have a third cricket to worry about. Alright, two onboard good pets. I don't like these, but I do take the skunk. Or the skunk. I do take the dolphin. And I really like snail, so... I probably should have frozen this spider just to see if I can get another tier 3. But I did not, unfortunately. Because here at That Other Guy Gaming, we don't try to go for wins, we try to have fun. Of course, that's not the way to play. We look for flamingo here. We apparently don't take the spider or the flamingo because I believe I couldn't sell anything outside of the horse. And I think I was playing way too fast this game. Yeah, because if I actually passed up the flamingo and I left the pill, I was playing way too fast. So this game is a bad one. I don't even know how I won that turn. Yep, see right there, I think to myself, why did I keep this? Alright, deer is a not great choice against this pack. It's okay, it's decent tempo, but we want to make something big. And we're starting on turn 5 with the rabbit. It's just too late. And this is the turn where I start to notice I've fallen behind. Yeah, I see a few mistakes. I just don't like my rolls. Yeah, my rolls are just bad in my mind. Yep, this is the writing on the wall. Freeze the pair going in the next turn. I personally don't know why I made the choice to go level 2 turtle, but I did. Well, well, well. What do we have here? It's a level 1.5 turtle and then punished. Can't save pair. Just not good. It might have been fine to freeze turtle there, but honestly, probably not. Looking for my pair-ups is probably just better. And this is where I mess up. I've taken the gorilla, and now I've chosen to take a rhino as well. This is the writing on the wall. Like, that other guy, man, what have you done? Yep, should have just been giving it to the gorilla, because gorilla's my boy. Yep, yep. I think to myself, all right, I just need to make it past this turn, and I might actually stand a chance. Ladies and gentlemen, we never get past this turn. For the writing, 'twas already on the wall. All right. So that was the Alert Submarines. We are now going to the Alert Godfathers. This was another game where I played a bit too fast, and I can absolutely say I made a lot of mistakes in this game. Yeah, not that great. We got to stop drawing early game. We got to start winning so we can start knocking out hearts. Now, I should not have gone those ants at all. But I did get rewarded with a third ant. I should have just rolled for my pigeons. Position to lose. And we do get that loss that we wanted. It's the only thing I've gotten in the last game that I actually wanted. Now, it might have been better to take the badger there, but I personally like the ox more than the badger, even though it does say in my notes, badger, camel, ox. So, that just means that I needed to take that badger. All right, had the wife come in and ask me a couple of questions, so. All right, let's see. We go ahead and get that level up on that pigeon. I can't believe I got the level 2 pigeon upgrade with a blowfish. I should have just stuck to the ox. But I like blowfish. I thought it was good. But it just doesn't go long game. So I should have just rolled those away. And then I start to wonder, should I just keep these rabbits separate for the rest of the game? No. No, you should combine them on turn 9 and look for something better. Should not have taken that apple. because I could have taken salad. Don't know if I would have taken salad actually with a bunch of rabbits on my board. But man, would it have been tempting to get +2, +5 on 2 pets. But the apple was okay. Alright, I am a rhino enthusiast. And now, my biggest mistake. I have now pumped 3 pets. And not a single one of them is over 10 power now. Now, I might be winning these games, but I am not smashing these games with a huge unit. I am just barely getting there. And I've now sold my original big unit. That would have been my main big unit. And then my unit, or not my unicorn, that would have been cool. Get a unicorn in this pack. That'd be crazy. But then my rhino comes out, and it would have been my second biggest unit, and I would have had the sell slot for the blowfish that would not have been there. It's all fucked up. I was pretty ecstatic about this double. I was pretty happy about this, so I was like, all right, I'm definitely keeping the skunk. And now that I've got a second skunk, maybe I can keep him from getting big units in the late game. Plus, it's a level up close too. Don't know why I did that. I think it might have been better to blowfish there. And right there, this is where it ends. That octopus takes the game over, and you'll see what happens. When it came out as an 11-11. That is crazy talk when it comes to a lobster. Yep. Right here, I see it. Like, oh no, my best unit just got smashed. And his best unit is in the middle. Oh no. And now I've taken my 4th big unit and tried to start buffing it. It just is not worth it. But do remember, I went 3-2. And I see that damn elephant seal. He hasn't made a trigger on it yet, but you know he's going to. And then they got a massive spike with a level 2 of them, which is just crazy. This pack spikes at the end. I was actually at a loss of what to do here. Because I was pretty sure it was just over. And he ends up taking that victory as well. And right now, I am 0-2. My coaches are probably ready to scream at me by this point. But ladies and gentlemen, let me show you where I clutch up. This isn't even the best game. To be honest, in my opinion, the best game was the last game. But we'll get there. Triple gecko. Not a good start for me. we got our pigs. And then we got another pig. So I decided to go ahead and go for tempo. Didn't really want to win, so I don't. Banana. There really wasn't much to say about that turn. It was all set up. Honestly, I don't think that was a very good turn. I think I could have done something differently. Had to mute one more time, but it's fine. I did think about taking Snail there, but I wanted my level ups. And we were able to get some good level ups. And because I hit that perfect target with that skunk ant trigger, I clutched it up on that turn. Folks, don't buy tier ups on odd or on even turns. Do it on your odd turn. I did it because I needed the gold. I wasn't selling anything, and I wanted a penguin. I was greedy. I was lucky that I got that bus, though. The deer bus is so good. All right, there's the first can. And this is where I screw up. I thought I had a level 2 badger. Clearly I do not. And at the end of the turn, when the trigger happens, I realize, well, shit. Oh, well. It's still got 13 power. It's still pretty strong. We still got this. Banana. Swan has done us some very valuable work. However, it is now time to move on. To double skunk! Let's go! Yeah, I wanted to get nuke the weakest unit. Yeah, the tar there was pretty good. Here I get really greedy, but I went for it. Double monkey. Breakpoints. You took that melon, or not that melon, you took that meat bone for a breakpoint. Check out that breakpoint again. Wasn't necessary, but it helped. And now we just go for a boar. And start pumping it up. This is where my opponent probably thought, uh-oh, time to change it up. I'm going to just have to get better. The crazy thing is, they swapped packs. They went into pack 3. Right here, when they go into pack 3, I think to myself and I say out loud, all at the same time, Tom, you've literally been training against pack 3. This is a no-brainer. You just out-tempo the early game and build up. I did some quick math. I actually did it wrong because I was anticipating something quite different. I was anticipating that I bought that duck first, and I don't have to buy the duck first. But it works out really well here. We end up getting our level, buying our other one, getting our level, and having some very good targets. I went ahead and decided the hard thing. Just let the duck go. It's not worth it. The apple is more invaluable. So if you have your tier ups, and you have 2 tier ups for turn 3, do not freeze extra ducks if you already have a duck tier up. It is just not worth it. Now, I started to notice that he put his kiwi in the back. I was actually rather surprised about that. More perplexed, but hey, man, fuck it, we ball. It was a great break point on his part. So, go ahead. Get some stats on our guys that we're 100% keeping. Level up our snail. And what do you know? We now have a skunk to be able to take out that back unit's health a little bit. I know apples are bad on turn 6, but I was so desperate for what was it? I think I was just desperate for stats, yeah. And I took an apple. So that I will say was a misplay because I could have taken this salad here and gotten an additional trigger with the rabbit regardless to where it hit. I really wanted the stat on the ox though, so I did take the apple for that specific reason. Position the homeboy in the back and he can't die. This is where things start getting serious. No, normally this is a waste of gold by 1 gold, but it is very efficient to get that +1/+2. Or that +1/+1. Got a double skunk. And I thought about a parrot, but I'm keeping the snail for right now. Now, I know that might be weird to some of y'all, but I needed that. I feel like I needed the extra amount of buff in the front, even if it's only by 2-3. I like how it takes my melon off, but I just pop it right back on. And now that I have 2 level ups on board, I could have taken the dragon here, and it would have been fine. But I lost that level 1, that tier 1 pet, the horse. And since I lost it, I figured it was not right to take it. So I went ahead and took the fly. He does have that level 2 sea urchin available though, but thankfully enough, my board has now become a bit too big for him to handle. Yep, because we're not really planning to keep the fly. It was more for, is this going to be good? Let's get that big in front unit. Let's get that front unit big, all right? Let's go. Knowing this is the last round, probably, I wasn't freezing a sushi. Take off that melon. And we got him on turn 10. Now, he did realize that he should not have done that. He even mentioned that that was his mistake. So he goes back to pack 2. So now it's on. I get 3 cell pets. I find a pair. I get my apple frozen. And we're the freaking hedges. We're the so upset hedges. This is going to be the game of the month. We're already up a game. Now we have to get another victory to be able to take out one of his hearts. Ooh, double fish is tempting. Haha, not really. Get a tear up. We're good. We got 1 duck. That's what we needed. The 1 duck. And that bird, because it got that health, that attack boost in the back, I wasn't able to get it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of it all. Double camel with hedgehog is absolutely insane. Once I saw it, I can't tell you how happy I was. Now we sell here, put it on one of them because one of them is 100% getting that buff. Let's buff here. And then because it's a 2-3, we don't need this. It won't die from the hedgehog. And from turn 3, the writing was on the wall. Man. This was when I knew it was all over for him. Double hedgehog, triple hurt pet. We can't lose. We cannot lose. I look over and I'm like, come on, God, I just need 3 garlics. Up to 3, realistically, and my level ups. Ladies and gentlemen, God is real. We not only get our level ups, we get our double garlic. Level that bad boy up. We hit a skunk. You can't get any better than a skunk with this board. And what do we get? The 3rd garlic we asked for. Two attacks. That's all it takes. Now, I do, however, not take the 2nd garlic or the 3rd garlic. But it was there because I needed to think about it. What if I don't get something that I need? What if I need that 2nd camel to stay on the board for a while? Let's put a garlic on it. I see this pair and I see this triple, and I realize to myself, what a wonderful thing. This is going to be really painful for them. Level 2 turtle, I learned my lesson. Don't do it. Let's see, we do that pill. God says, you sure you didn't want these garlics? I say, no thank you. I'll just take this this turtle, thank you. And you know what? It's probably the last round. And we get a perfect hit on the salad. That was a very questionable salad. But you know what? I didn't want to meat bone a turtle that I knew I wasn't going to keep if this went past one more round. But it doesn't. It ends right there. 3-2. And that just goes to show, slow down. Take your time. Don't be bad. And that's it. Have a good one.